South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is now banned from entering a growing portion of her own state after a fifth Indian tribe banished her. Another tribe considered similar action over comments she made earlier this year about tribal leaders working with drug cartels. The governor could be banned from nearly 20% of her own home state. But the real question is, are Native American reservations still necessary? Why are we still allowing Indian reservations to exist in the United States? There are documented problems with groups that want to self-regulate and self-police.
We're seeing an all-time high of violence and, drug trafficking like we've never seen before.
Violence on the reservation is not like it used to be.
Yeah, the gun violence has been escalating since I've been here.
How often do you hear gunshots here? Roughly.
Every night. I agree.
Sad what's happening on these Indian reservations. Some are rife with drug and alcohol abuse, as well as the crime that goes hand in hand with those vices. The tribes should let Governor Noem enter their tribal lands and to do her job, the job the people of South Dakota elected her to do. Well, let's bring her in. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to weigh in on the latest attempts to ban her from several South Dakota's Indian reservations. Governor, tell us what this is all about, please.
Well, it's interesting because it's something that the tribal leadership has done when the communities are begging me for help. Every day, I get emails and texts and phone calls from people that live in these communities that say, Governor, please come help us. Our children are being raped. Drugs are everywhere. They're prolific. Our children and our women are missing. They're trafficking human beings across our reservations. And the responsibility for law and order lies with the federal government. The federal government is failing these communities, and their tribal leadership is getting political. Instead, they'd rather attack me, the one person who is offering to come and help, even though it's not my responsibility. I want to help these communities. The problem is that who has real jurisdiction there is the federal government, and they're refusing to keep people safe.
So it brings up the interesting dynamic that happens in this country a lot. You think of marijuana laws, illegal federally, yet some states are allowing or decriminalize them at various levels. What is it about the Indian reservation that is going to prohibit a governor to say, I run the state, this is my state, feds, I'm going to go clean it up if I have to?
Oh, I wish I could do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. In fact, I can work with tribal governments and sign agreements that will allow me to come in and just assist their tribal officers, help make people safer and get the drugs out of their communities. The problem is that their tribal leadership many times are finding a way to benefit from the situation that they're in. And the federal government has a responsibility because in the treaties that were signed years ago, they were declared as tribes sovereign nations. That means that they have a relationship with the federal government, not with the state government. So what I've done as governor is said to all of them, I will help. I'll do what I can. I'll do unprecedented action to keep you safe more than any other governor has done before. These communities desperately need it. And frankly, Eric, what we've seen is with the border being open and so many of the cartel members having influence and trafficking people and drugs across, is that now they're doing business in South Dakota in these tribal areas.
So may I just let so the folks understand. So the South American, Mexican drug cartels who make a lot of money, billions of dollars bringing illegals over, are now cutting deals with various Indian tribes to dump illegals into these tribes to hide them. Is that the accusation?
I can't say that they've made deals, but they've found a safe haven. They've found a safe haven on these tribal reservations that they know my officers can't go in there and take action to make the community safe. That open border and the trafficking of drugs and human beings is being done now and infiltrated into my tribal reservations, into those sovereign nations, where the people that need to step in is the Department of Justice, the Bureau of Indian Affairs. They are the ones who fund law enforcement. They're the ones who come in and make sure that there's prosecutors and tribal courts that bring these people to justice. Right now, if you're dealing drugs on a reservation and if you're breaking the law and committing murders, many times they're not prosecuted because they're so underfunded. So these communities need help. And I've been very bold and outspoken. I would say that I've very much called out the cartels and their affiliates for what they're doing in my state, but I'm not standing alone. Senator Tester has said the exact same thing. Harriet Hageman from Wyoming has said the same thing. This federal government and Joe Biden are ignoring what is happening. And these cartels and their affiliates are destroying America from inside the country. The war's not just at the border anymore. They've infiltrated the country.
And you went to the border recently, and were you able to speak to any of these cartel leaders?
I went to the border. I have some soldiers that are down there, National Guard soldiers. In fact, I was the first governor to send our National Guard down there. This is the 6th group that have deployed down there, and these are our builders. So some of the footage that you're seeing is me with an engineering group. I helped them build some border wall, and also went out with the Border Patrol and rode a patrol with them. These Border Patrol agents said that they'd never really had an elected official go on a full patrol with them for hours and go see areas that are dramatically affected by the illegal activity that they have going on. In fact, our visit was cut short because one of their agents was shot and was had a confrontation with an illegal that was shot while we were there that day. So it's very dangerous, and these Border Patrol agents do not like what they're seeing in their own communities. They've lived there for 20, 30 years. It's their home. And they're just hoping that this administration will change their policies and start keeping America safe rather than what we see Joe Biden doing.
So I got to go. You are the first governor that I know of that told China, back off, you're not going to buy our very important food farmland in South Dakota. You're the first one that I know of that's going into these tribal areas and say, stop playing around with these cartels. We have our eye on you. We appreciate that. Before we go, Trump has still not announced his VP pick. Have you heard anything change with that respect?
Well, I talk to President Trump all the time. So he knows that I just want him to win. And I love my job being governor in South Dakota. I think that we're a unique state. We're small, so we can do and take action quickly. I was the first one to ban central digital bank currencies. I was the first one to ban TikTok, the first one to send National Guard to the border, the first one to take action on all of these issues. I think it's my job to lead. I do hard things. I'm very bold, and I think people sometimes, don't understand why I fight so hard to pass the strongest bill in the country to protect girls' sports. I think people need an example, and a small state like South Dakota and a governor like me are willing to take the hits that come along with it. I'll take the political hits, but President Trump also is the one who's out there fighting for this country and to save it from the destruction is that Joe Biden's bringing.
Governor Kristi Noem, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Good to chat with you.